So how do you manage your portfolio between BTC gains or losses and USD gains or losses? Can you buy with Bitcoin and when you do see a rally against USD, like you see here, potentially sell against USD? What is going on, traders? Welcome back to the Traveling Trader. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, happy Tuesday to you. And it is a happy Tuesday because Bitcoin has propelled the entire crypto market into swing highs that we haven't seen for a while. Currently, Bitcoin is priced at 47.31. It did hit a high above 5,000 on some markets yesterday, and it has been trying to breach this resistance for 5 months. If you recall, I did actually put a small short with a tight stop limit at 41.50, which was at this resistance point here, because it's been a trend for a long time. And I was saying that there are mixed bullish and bearish signals on Bitcoin if you look at the daily or the weekly. Let me just pause here real quick and say something off topic. I was hit up by a YouTube viewer who left a comment on my last video saying that today would be International Autism Awareness Day, April 2nd. And he asked if I could wear blue. And so I'm wearing blue in your honor, sir, and in honor of those who are affected by autism. I'll do you one better, dude. I'll hit you up on YouTube. And if you are able to read that comment and get a hold of me, I'll leave you my email address, or you can hit me up on the Discord. I'll send you a blue sweater or a blue hoodie with the Traveling Trader logo on it. I'll send you this exact one. If you just, hit me back, tell me your size, tell me where I can send it, and I'll send it to you. So thank you for the heads up. That's why I'm wearing blue. I'm glad you didn't ask me to wear green because I'd be completely invisible with the green screen behind me. But anyway, so yeah, back to Bitcoin. We are now hovering above the 200-day moving average. This seems to be a point of resistance naturally. The 50 and the 100, that mini gold cross we talked about, hit. My short obviously got stopped out. I had a pretty tight stop limit at 4,300, and it was a small amount of my holdings. It was really just a hedge. Would have been nice if it played out. But how did this Bitcoin run affect other altcoins and other trades that we were in? I'll go over that in a second. And then also I want to explain to you, some people on the Discord, people were having mixed feelings about this Bitcoin run because a lot of you have had alts and you were looking at their value against BTC. Now, if you look here, this is CoinMarketCap against BTC. You'll see that there are, most alts are down against BTC because BTC rallied parabolically. And there definitely was a short squeeze effect that took place, which propelled it even further past 5,000. But a lot of you were kind of depressed by the fact that your portfolio was down in BTC. However, if you look against USD, you'll see that most alts and most top alts are up. And not only are they up, but they're up with extremely healthy profits. Litecoin, as you know, one of our biggest holdings, up 17% just yesterday. I'm up almost 130% on Litecoin. Yeah, 127% since we started scaling into Litecoin. So if you look against USD, a lot of the top alts, most of them of the top 20, actually Tezos being the only one in the top 20 that's down against USD. So I wanted to go over how you balance between valuing your portfolio in BTC and USD, right? And whether you can take profits in USD or a stable coin like Tether when, the coins are rallying against USD or USDT, but are actually dropping or failing against BTC. So I'll go over that as well. So the big gainers for me, obviously EOS, this is one that we've been long-term holding, hit our target of 470. It's very funny because on the Discord chat, a couple of you were asking me about EOS and LTC and what my targets were. And my LTC target, the next target was 67, as you could see here in this white resistance line. And on EOS, the next target was 470. And I was saying, I was getting questions about whether it's a good time to enter yesterday, which is obviously a little late compared to the trade alerts when we started entering LTC at $31 and EOS at the breakout of this ascending triangle. I was getting questions whether an entry yesterday was valid. And I said, only if you're willing to hold for the very long term. Now, obviously, TA is not about predicting the future, and it's definitely not about timing, right? So as long as, I always say this, as long as the setup is there and the risk-reward ratio is profitable or potentially profitable, then you should enter the trade and set up a stop limit to protect yourself, but you shouldn't worry about timing. A lot of you get in this mode of micromanaging the charts or trying to micromanage the charts. Like, it hasn't gone up today, or it hasn't gone up in the next hour, it hasn't gone up this week. Well, some things take, months to pan out. WTC, it took months for this long-term trade to pan out. Same as Litecoin. I mean, just at the beginning of the year, it was under $30, and now we are just now hitting our target, right? Or above our target. So it's so funny that I was getting that question yesterday, and I said, as long as you're willing to hold long-term, and lo and behold, a few hours later, we hit both of our targets on LTC and on EOS. So that just goes to show that you can never time the market to your liking. But if you do see a setup with a good risk reward ratio and the potential is there and you have your stop limit set, then you shouldn't worry about timing so much. If you want access to the trade alerts, link is in the description. Another one, a couple of alts that have actually done well against BTC relatively. WTC is held up really nicely, only declining. From yesterday, we were up 38%, and it only declined about 3 or 4% from that point. BNB is another one that has been holding up really nicely. You do see this long wick here, but it is really only down 4.5% or so since yesterday against BTC. Total, I'm up 240% or so on BNB since we started scaling in back in November. So how do you manage your portfolio between BTC gains or losses and USD gains or losses? Can you buy with Bitcoin, and when you do see a rally against USD, like you see here, potentially sell against USD? The answer is it depends. It depends on a couple of factors. So there are some traders that I know that are purely BTC motivated, meaning they only care about accumulating BTC. They do not care about USD whatsoever. They only want to accumulate as much BTC as possible. And then there are those that only trade against USD or USDT, and they only care about fiat. And then there are traders like me who mix and match and do a little of both. If you notice from the trade alerts, some of them I send out in USD, some of them I send out in BTC, and I like to keep my portfolio diversified in that manner where I am making BTC gains, but I also do not want to ignore the cash gains as well. So let us take this example with BNB, right? So where we're down in BTC but up against USD, and see what effect that would have on your portfolio. So obviously we have to take relative factors into account, meaning let us look at the one-day chart of all of these: BTC, BNB against BTC, and BNB against USD, right? And you see the opening price here for BTC was $4,133. Let's just say $4,100. So let me open up this drawing tool you see here, and let us say, that one BTC, you bought one BTC yesterday at $4,100. It's obviously increased in value since then, and we'll address that in a second. I know you like this new drawing tool, this nifty new drawing tool. Shout out to Khan Academy for those of you that know what it is. So one Bitcoin was $4,100 at the opening of yesterday. Say you bought one Bitcoin at $4,100. All right. Now we take a look at BNB against BTC. So between the opening and the closing of today's candle, we've dropped 4% against BTC, right? So if you were just a BTC only trader, BNB against BTC is down 4%, meaning now from your one BTC, you have 0.96 BTC left, okay? So if you were just a BTC trader and you didn't care about fiat at all, you're down. Your portfolio is down 0.04 BTC, right? 4%, and you have 0.96 BTC left. Now, if you were a flexible trader, and I just want to say that there isn't a right or wrong. I'm just giving you the different scenarios based on the types of traders that there are in the crypto market, right? So if you were a flexible trader and you bought one BTC at $4,100, same parameters as the previous example, and you bought BNB with that BTC, right? So how many BNB shares or coins did you get with that BTC? So if we look at BNB against BTC, you'll see that, again, we have to take relative parameters into account. So the opening of the candle is 0.00431840. So you have 1 BTC divided by 0.004. What was all that? 31840. 31840, right? And you get, let's go to our nifty calculator here. 1 divided by 0.004311840, 231.56, let's just say 57 BNB, right? So 231.57 BNB. Now, again, you see BNB lost 4% against BTC, but then you look at the USD chart and it's up 9.3% against, let's just say 9% against USD. Well, as you see here, you have 231.57 BNB, right? So if we multiply it by the price that it is currently, $19.73, right? So you have 231.57 times 19.73. And we'll get the dollar value of the BNB that you hold. So that's 231.57 times 19.73. And lo and behold, you get 4569, let's just say. So $4569, right? And you sold your BNB into USD. Well, you bought your BTC, remember, up here, you bought it for 4,100. So minus 4,100, and you get 964, $469 profit. And again, this is if you had 1 BTC that you bought for 4,100, right? That was your entry price of the BTC for 4,100. And you bought BNB with BTC, but then you saw that the BNB USD chart was climbing disproportionately to the BNB, or even in this case, inversely to the BNB BTC chart. And you're wondering whether it's a profitable play to sell into USD or not. Well, you will have to make such a calculation, right? This all depends on your price of BTC and how much your coin against USD is up versus your coin against BTC. Unfortunately, crypto is not as straightforward as, say, buying stocks with USD and just waking up and knowing if you're up or down. But making these calculations here will help you be a better trader. Trust me. I'm not saying you have to, but I just want to give you some insight that, you know, we do have such flexibility in the crypto market, and this is how you would make that calculation. It will make you a better trader because it gives you different perspectives. You don't always have to look at your BT. Well, again, it depends on what you're motivated by. If you're just motivated by the accumulation of BTC, that's fine. But if you're flexible and you'll take profits wherever you can get it, whether it's BTC or USD, you don't always have to look at this, oh, I'm down, 0.04 BTC and end of story. You can check your trades against USD and potentially profit in fiat, even if you're down in BTC. So hopefully that makes sense. Another thing that I wanted to address is, a lot of people didn't realize this until I said it on the Discord as well, is that some of your alts that you were down in, say, you bought Zcash or ZRX and it was down against BTC and it hit your stop limit against BTC and you exited out of Zcash into BTC. Well, now you have Bitcoin, and that Bitcoin is climbing, right? That Bitcoin is up 15 or 20% depending on where you're measuring. But now your Bitcoin is climbing and you have Bitcoin and it's climbing against USD or against fiat. So you can set a stop limit on your Bitcoin to exit into USD or into a stable coin because now Bitcoin is climbing against USD. So it's not all for naught. You do have that flexibility in crypto. Your Zcash didn't pan out, but hey, guess what? Now you're in BTC. Oh, and hey, guess what? BTC is now $5,000. So you could set a stop limit at, say, 4,900, 4,800, depends on your risk tolerance, etc., where you got in, and exit for profits still. So just to give you something to think about. Anyway, if you want access to the trade alerts, that link is in the description. If you need help with technical analysis through one-on-one coaching, where we will go over scenarios like this if you want, it is extremely helpful as a trader. Having a mentor is one of the fastest ways that I learned years ago. That same link is also in the description. I take a max of 10 slots per month, and there's definitely no long-term commitment. You can cancel after a month or 2 months or 3 months or whatever. Leave a comment if you have a question or a comment. Remember International Autism Awareness Day, and I will send you that blue hoodie if you get back to me. Stay safe out there, guys. Peace.